knocking him into an incompletion.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. That'll go as a 42-yard punt. They'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. Looking deep for Adams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Oh, what a move. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Flushed out right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crack the throwing lanes?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And it's complete to Adams. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Running right, Jones. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
The Texans on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. 2 yards is the pickup, and the Texans are going to have a first. Now this time he'll look to throw. That is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
A gain of 22 yards. First down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Another completion there. And we think back to the draft in the spring. This franchise essentially handing him the keys to the operation, a top 5 pick. Charles, how ready do you think he is?
I think he's ready for the NFL in terms of size, speed, the makeup of him, the character of him. The key's going to be, will this team accept everything he brings to the game and adapt to it, not just necessarily plug him into something that he doesn't do well.
And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Michael Gallup from 13 yards out. And the Colts go up by 2 touchdowns.
The kick is good.
Prater for the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Fielded just outside the goal line.
The Texans take over first and 10. At their own
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They'll look to throw here on first down. Once again, he finds Slayton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for first and 10. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Well, another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from it?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Danico Autry in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Here's 2nd and 8. There he is again, another catch for Julio Jones. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33. They'll look to throw again. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll set up to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. 2 straight sacks have him backed up now for a 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Pat Freiermuth. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down. They're going to look to throw. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the 3rd quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Got a man, Slayton. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exact.
Touchdown, Texans! Devontae Adams, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Parkey adds the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Second down and 8.
He'll look to throw.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Oh, able to avoid him. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the 2nd half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points, but the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown. Texans. Davante Adams with career touchdown number 75.
And the Texans have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Parkey with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
From the 6. And he returns this to the 22.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they take over here with just a very slim one-score lead.
And we've seen this how many times now? Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. It's a quarterback sneak. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 2 on the play there, and it'll give the Colts a 1st down.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That's how multiple guys get to him.
Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. Well, there have been a ton of sacks. They were just trying to prevent another.
So what you're telling me is the conventional way has not really worked for them, huh?
Not at all.
Not all. So he tries to grab him here, and they still get caught.
He'll look to throw.
He completes it to Olave.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Touchdown, Colts! James Washington, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Prater for the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less, since fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest.